What's up, Spartans? Whack4863 in the place to be. And today we are going to take a tour of the Unnamed City. I'm going to show you all the bosses that I have found that drop legendary repair kits, fragments of power, legendary armor, or legendary weapons, or all of the above at the same time. I am not going to take you to the dragons that don't drop those things. I'm not going to take you to the scorpion that doesn't drop those things, and I'm not going to take you to the snake that doesn't drop those things. I am only taking you to enemies that have been revamped to drop fragments of power, legendary repair kits, legendary gear such as weapons or armor. So I've seen some other videos where they put some of those other things in there. I don't feel like those are correct. I have 7 different boss fights right here coming up, and I've got a boss fight that I have not seen on YouTube yet. So we're going to start with the Serpent Man. He is right here. We're going to mark him on the map. That way you guys can follow along and see where they all are. I'm not going to show you the fights because I think that would be boring, but I will show you the loot that I get. This guy here dropped a fragment of power, a helm of the brute, legendary repair kit, and steel. I always pick up steel because you can just never have enough steel. There's too many uses for it. I will also be skipping through 2 different sections. I am going to run to this one just because it's so close. I'll show you where the next guy is. Gives me a little bit of time to talk about the Unnamed City revamp. I think it's a lot of fun. I do feel like once you get pretty high level, you've got really good gear, like the Life's Blood, which is just filling my regeneration, giving me health, and Blade of Adventure, Sword of Crom, a good Thrall. You know, all these things just stack up and add up to where these kinds of fights aren't that big of a deal anymore. Here's the next guy. I call this guy the single-handed star metal skeleton, and you'll see why. He fights with a single-handed star metal skeleton. I'm not going to show you that in this. You're going to have to go fight him yourself. One other thing I will show you about this area real quick after we get the loot: fragment of power, some steel, and legendary repair kit. Behind this brazier over here, there is a chest. Now this chest is referred to in one of the journals you find by the relic hunters. It does have a legendary repair kit in it most of the time. Be kind, take everything out of there, that way the loot chest can respawn for someone else. If you take one thing out of there, you cherry pick it and leave everything else, it's not going to respawn that legendary repair kit in there. So let's jump over to the next guy. This is the two-handed star metal skeleton. He uses a two-handed sword, and he has a line of skeletons in front of him. So what you want to do is start with all these little skellies in the front. Do not go up and confront him with all these skellies alive. You'll see why here pretty quick. I'm already starting to get surrounded. I've got cripple 2. There's cripple 3. And another one, cripple 4. Alright, so at this point they've really kind of made it hard for me to get away, right? And then here's an arrow. That would have been cripple 5 if the other 4 cripples didn't wear off right before. So just be super careful not to run up there and get too excited to fight him. Now you can see there are 2 chests behind him. I just gave you a quick view of it. That chest, the large one, was gone because we fought him right there. Fragment of power, legendary repair kit, and steel bars. If you're worried about that chest disappearing, you got to drag him out, kite him out a bit. Here's the Bat King, White Bat. He is at the aviary, pretty easy to get to, easy to find. You've probably been there already before the revamp, so not a big deal. Something to think about when fighting these enemies is what weapon you're using. Here we have fragment of power, riptide, and legendary repair kit. The bat and the dragon are the only 2 that you can cause bleed or poison to. The rest of these guys will not bleed, will not get poisoned. They're all skeletons, so just beware that you can't use weapons that are going to stack those kinds of things effectively. In this one we got fragment of power, legendary repair kit, corrupted axe, which is no good in PvP, but it still looks cool hanging on the wall. Here's the next guy. This is the revamped dragon, I guess. You know, there was a dragon here before with little dragons. There's a lot less little dragons now, and there's this humongous dragon, which I honestly was expecting to be harder than it is, but I guess I'm glad it's not harder. I don't know. It's fun to fight for sure. So here's what it dropped. Pretty unimpressive drop. Fragment of Power and legendary repair kit, but all the drops cannot be good. And for what you guys have all been probably waiting for, the last boss that I'm going to show you, this is the one that I have not seen any other video on in the game. I'm just going to heal my berserker up real quick, and then I will actually run you from the dragon to where you need to go to get to this next boss, because I don't want anybody getting lost. So if you know where the dragon is, how to fight the dragon, you can definitely find this guy. So it's really just around the corner. I'm surprised nobody's found him and done a video on it before. If they have, I haven't seen it. So that's kind of why I'm putting the video out there. And if you guys know of bosses that I missed that drop legendary repair kits, fragments of power, legendary weapons or armor, please let me know in the comments below so I can update the video and get them all into one place. I am going to put on my Assassin's Creed outfit here and do a little bit of climbing. Yeah, you guys didn't think that you had to climb anywhere in the Unnamed City to a boss, did you? Well, you absolutely do. So this is, like I said, right next to the dragon boss. It is almost right above him, just a little ways away, and we will climb up here slowly because, you know, we can't be Ezio speed or anything like that. But we can look good, you know, we can look like Assassin's Creed while we do it, thanks to the new Skelios cultist robes dyed white. Alright, so there we go. I was using the climbing gear as well there, guys, so something to think about when you're deciding to do that. You can always climb it naked too, depending on your grit. You should be able to get up there, but there's no real stopping points until you get pretty high up there. So this last and final boss is the Star Metal Hammer Skeleton. And I just happened upon him because I was running through the Unnamed City and I looked up and I saw skeletons standing up here at the end of this bridge, and I thought, why are there skeletons up there? And I ran up and saw this guy. So here's the last mark on the map. For those of you that are following along and want to mark him on the map, that's his spot. And we'll see real quick what loot he drops. He's a little buggy fighting up here, and honestly during this fight my berserker got bugged and it was kind of a mess. But here's the end of it. There he goes down, and legendary repair kit and a fragment of power. Yeah, you know, like I said, they can't all be good. But here it is, the Unnamed City as I see it. All the legendary bosses that drop the fragments of power, legendary repair kits. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hit that thumbs up button. That is how you conquer the Unnamed City. Peace.